Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another live session with the Hype Magazine. I'm your editor-in-chief, Jerry Doby, and today we are blessed with the presence of a young lion by the name of Melvin Crispell III, and he comes from a gospel tradition. His family, his mother and father, rest in peace to both, were, gospel legends in their own right. And he has followed the footsteps. The brother's two-time Grammy nominated. He got a little Dove Award nomination up in this joint. Uh, man, what haven't you accomplished at a young age within inside the music industry and knowing that the gospel uh, doesn't get as much, although it's starting to get more, but it doesn't get as much ranking or recognition as it should. This year, you repeated in the for the Grammys in the traditional gospel recorded song of the year category, right?
Yes, sir.
And then at the Dove Awards, same thing. So, bruh, you just killing the category. Gospel performance.
No, man.
What are you doing on stage, brother, that's getting you this gospel performance stuff? Holla.
Man, listen, just literally trusting in what God has given me and giving people, everything that I've got, serving people and doing my best to create some good music, great music that's timeless and relatable and just really speaks to people on a different level. That's what I think has really gotten me as far as I've come. I got so far to go, a lot more things to accomplish, but I'm just grateful to be where I am.
As I reviewed, did my little research, I kind of remember you from season 9 on the Sunday's Best.
Yes, sir.
BET. Yeah, you won that season.
I did.
Talk to me about that experience, whatever you can say. I know y'all got NDAs and G60
No.
classified stuff. Go ahead.
No, Sunday Best was absolutely amazing for me. I got to meet so many great people and learn a lot of different things that I absolutely had no idea, concerning being an artist and just about the gospel music industry in itself. I didn't want to do Sunday Best. I heard that it was coming back from that 4 year hiatus, and a few of my family members, long story short, got me to convinced me to audition, and I did, and literally God lined everything up from that point on. Didn't think I would make it. I kept my bags packed just in case. You never knew what was going to happen. But no, if I had to do it all over again, I probably wouldn't. But it was an experience that I needed, and it was an experience that I'm super grateful for. I'll cherish it for the rest of my life.
Okay. So you started there. Then you hooked up with RCA Inspiration,
Yep.
dropped your debut album, which what was that joint? All right? Was the one that
No, this was my second album. All right was from my second album.
oh from your second album.
Yes.
I'm messing up stuff sometimes. Wonderful is your name.
Yes, that
That
was my first album.
that was the on the okay, first album. And yeah, you got the like gospel airplay single, Wonderful is Your Name, off the 2020 debut album that was on RCA. Okay.
Yes.
See, I figure stuff out. I figure stuff out. So God is 2024 uh nomination for this. Shout out to James Cleveland. You did a cover
Yes.
of the gospel icon. Talk to me about this joint and what was the benchmark moment that made you pick this song to do?
Well, we were working on this album. We didn't have much time to, finish preparing. It was a live recording. We recorded in Dallas. And I was trying to figure out, what song we should do, what song that could really captivate people and bring people together, bridge generations and different things like that. And I thought about, God Is, a dear friend of mine, Bettina Wilson, out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. she actually was the first person I heard do it that way. And I actually got to sing backgrounds for her some years ago when we did this song. And so I reached out to her and said, hey, I want to record this version and, try to, see what happens.
Mhm.
And little did I know that it was going to make a big statement just in the industry and just amongst people, amongst listeners, consumers. It was really us just having a good time, knowing what the song is about, and really ministering it to people in the moment. That really made it special because it meant a lot to us, just as a song.
You know, the timing was perfect. What
Yeah.
that dropped in June, right? June 16th. My birthday. My
Yes.
birthday. Okay.
Oh, come on, we right next to each other.
Gemini, what it do? You know what I mean? Like, um, so you dropped, and the timing was really striking because globally there were some outbreaks of ugliness and desperation, moves made and people just feeling helpless. And I don't, I don't profess any specific title religion, but knowing that there's a God is enough, right? And interacting, I don't care who you call them or whatever. But when we depend upon ourselves, we always mess it up, right? You got to turn to God, whatever name you call him. You know what I mean? And let some of that loose. So, you showing through this song or reiterating, reminding everyone that like there's no failure in God, you know, and encouraging people to just keep the faith, even though times are difficult. And it's gotten progressively worse. Look at where we are now. Between the babies raising babies and babies butchering babies to grown people can't agree on, we're not going to get political. We're here to celebrate. I'm just saying that the song is a great reminder, very timely, and obviously reach people who are going, man, you know, how do I stay grounded? How do I, I'm at the end of my intestinal fortitude, and you gave them something that gave them an extra charge. So talk to me about some of the engagement that you've gotten with listeners who said, you know what, this is right on time, and how it may have helped or affected them.
Yeah, one of the
I'm
major ways.
long-winded. I'm sorry, not to cut you off.
No, you
You're
good.
long-winded. Okay, go ahead.
No, you good. One of the major ways that I have, seen great responses is in our children. There are so many children, like between the ages literally of 1 to 3, just singing this song, standing in front of the TV, eating their cereal, doing whatever, just singing this song. And my goal is to point people towards Jesus, and that, knowing that, I have parents out here who are putting their kids onto my ministry, my personal ministry. It means the world to me, and that's one of the greatest responses because the children are our future, and they are going to be the ones to carry us through these next generations. Seeing souls come into Christ, people saying, I want to know who Jesus is, and I want to, come to church again, and those things mean the world because that's for me. That's what it's all about: leading people back to Jesus. And none of this would be possible. None of this would matter or make sense if that is not the reason why I'm doing it. So, yeah.
I love it. You hear listening that young brother? I'm like, so obviously being a nominee, you get the invitation and an extra ticket or whatever, a couple, and then they want to give you the tickets to the after party and all that good stuff. You probably didn't go to the after party because it'd be anyway. But uh talk to me about what it was like to be nominated for your second one. Although you got validation from God, you don't have to have man's validation, but having acknowledgement from your peers as a professional and as an artist, as a creative. Talk to me, how did it fit feel for you to get that?
It's an unexplainable feeling to be nominated number one amongst legends, that are in this category, for a second time. Um, it just shows that God has made me capable of doing this thing for real. There were a lot of times where I was so unsure of myself, and still certain areas that I still am unsure of myself. But that's just a reminder to me that He's put inside of me everything that I need to really make it in this industry. And so I have to keep going and press forward, in that. So many legends that say congratulations. This was my first Grammy Awards ever that I've been to. So I got to see so many of my, secular artists, like heroes and different legends, to hear them say congratulations, to ask, inquire, what were you nominated for? Oh, what's your album? Like, I want to listen to your music. Like that, it means the entire world to me. Just that my name is getting out there, that people are starting to inquire about who I am and what I do. Of course, it's not about awards for me. It's not about people for me. It's just about serving God, and that's why I started this. That's why I will keep going in this. But to be recognized in that manner is absolutely an honor for sure.
I would think so. Anytime you're in a professional circle and other professionals say, yo, you did that, and I need to know more. And
Yeah.
so obviously being there, since you didn't go to the first one, this one being there, giving an opportunity to actually network. Talk to me about your new Rolodex, bruh.
Man, I got to meet so many of my heroes. And of course, like I said, it was the more secular side. I got to meet Lucky Day. I got to meet James Leroy, Tiffany Haddish. I got to shake hands with Niecy Nash. I mean, the list goes on. Like, I got to meet so many amazing people, not just music, but actors too. It's just like this is a whole new space for me, a whole new world, and I want to be, a part of it. Do what I have to do. Of course, I've always wanted to be an actor as well, so that's something that I'm looking forward to getting into in the years to come. But on the music side, I got to be in the same room as Beyonce for the first time, even though she was far away.
Yeah,
I was
right.
just like, wow, like to see all these people that I always watch and always hear about, like right in front of my eyes, is like crazy. It's crazy. But I had an amazing time at the Grammys this year.
Uh,
Incredible.
Congratulations. I know we'll see you there again. We're gonna see you on the podium.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir. One of these days. Yes,
we're gonna
sir.
see you on the podium. I'm gonna write about it. Like, we're gonna write about it. Uh, no failure. We kind of touched on it earlier, but how does it differ from your previous album, your debut?
One of the major ways that it differs, I got to be a lot more hands-on with this album, which means I got to be more intentional about the message that I wanted to relay, how I wanted to relay it, who I wanted to relay it with. It meant a lot to me to be able to have the 3 and 4 a.m. Zoom calls working on music to, really put in the hard work for this album. Live albums are not for the faint of heart at all. But if I had to do it again, which I will do again, it's going to be better than it was even the last time. I got to do a lot more writing and collaborations on this live album, No Failure, and so the process was a lot different. Just working towards, trying to make everything run smoothly for
Mm.
that night. Sound issues, making sure those were taken care of, having my team, delegate different things and just make sure everybody was on board and we were moving on the right track. And it was an amazing process. I think that's one of the major ways it differed than the last album.
So you got to be this is your first time as executive producer.
Yes.
Right. So let's ask a secret because are you still doing RCA? And are we still on the same label?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry, I'm old and I miss some details, and I'm trying
No,
to do
you
as much
good.
as I can for memory, right? I'm testing myself, my cognitive test. I wanted to know from the business side and the creative control side, did the previous Grammy nomination and the other awards that you've been nominated for, Did that allow you more leverage with the label as far as the creativity?
Um, I can't say for sure. I mean, it wasn't a direct conversation for me that, but I will say in the grand scheme of things, I think so. It's more so of okay, we allowed you to take this step, and it has propelled you 5 steps ahead, and so now we can trust you to make the next step. Or like let's have the conversations on what you want to do, and let's see how it works out in the grand scheme of things. And I think that is kind of the leverage that, and that's really what happened for this No Failure album. I was able to just you know say, hey, this is what I want to do, and they say, sounds like a great idea, let's do it, and let's do what we got to do to make it happen. And they really, RCA really, helped make everything happen for me the way I wanted it to go this time around. So, who knows what bigger things are coming for the next. So I'm excited about that.
Mm. Thank you for that education because, I asked that. I know that everyone's deals are different and
Yeah,
everyone's teams that they're dealing with at the labels are different. But on the business side, when people, are fussing about, I don't have enough creative control, or they want me to do this, want me to do that, and you've earned, it's kind of like a marriage, right? You're earning the trust, or a relationship, you're earning the trust of the people who are investing in you, in your
yeah,
business, and you make good presentations and campaigns work well and go, okay, we'll give you a little more leeway. We won't be as involved. We'll just listen to you and then we'll design the project management to go around kind of what you're trying to achieve and how you want to drop it. So
yeah.
they step a little more back, loosen up the reins, become advisors and executors as opposed to controlling. Would that be
Yep.
fair?
Yeah, that I mean that would be fair. Of course, like every case, every situation is different, has its different story.
Okay.
But yes,
Okay.
for the most part.
So that had to make, the creating process and doing it, knowing that your mind could just be free and move forward, that had to make it a more enjoyable experience, maybe. What was the most fun then of after you got past the meetings to getting down to the meat and potatoes?
Yeah, I think that was the most fun part. I think, you know, um, getting to Dallas and getting everybody set up, starting to go to rehearsals. It was very stressful, very tiring, but just being in the room and just putting in the hours and the work to make everything, work together, making sure the band had everything that they needed from me, any questions, any changes, any, all of that stuff, making sure that was taken care of. Recording at the same time with my BGVs and my vocal producer, working with my, producer with just the overall stuff, making sure that the engineer is going to be, making sure it happens for, it was so many great things. I think that was the fun part, just being able to be in the moment
Mm.
and be there. I wouldn't say the actual live recording because my nerves were all over the place. I was super scared. But it really happened, and it was a night I won't forget.
Amazing. Shout out to Spring Hill Church in Garland, Texas, where this
Yes.
live recording of No Failure was done. Uh Now you had the live band. I love live band. I don't care who is playing behind, whether it's a hip hop artist, a gospel artist, or whatever. The warmth of the sound is
Mm.
that's what I gotta know. Now, did you have choir as well?
No, we didn't have a choir. Just my background. Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta ask this too because it just popped up, and I'm old. I can do it. Why did you pick that church? Was there a specific, audio consideration? Like, were the sonics really good there? Did you have some tie earlier on with Spring Hill?
Yes, I did have a tie early on. That's really what it was. We were looking for spaces to go, and one of my brothers who was actually on staff for the album at the time, he was like, "Hey, you just came to the church. You know what the church is like. You know how the sound is. We can make some incredible things happen there. Like, do you want me to like reach out and say, hey, can we possibly have a conversation about having this live recording? I was like, you know what? That would be an amazing idea. And one thing led to another. Spring Hill it was.
Okay, awesome. Now, I haven't seen any visuals, and I apologize that I haven't had time to dig that deep.
Mm.
But did you do some visuals? Do we have a music video behind this theme? Are you holding back some surprises? What are you doing, bro?
No, we got some videos out there. They're out on YouTube. I just found out the other day that God is the video from that night has surpassed 2.5 million views on YouTube, and I cannot. That's incredible to me. Um, we have some other. No Failure has a video as well, and we do have some more surprises to come soon. So I can't talk too much on that, but
Go.
yes.
There we go on that G16 classified. I'm telling you, I ain't mad though. I ain't mad though. I would, you know, you've already talked about the experience of recording the album live and the logistics and you know it could be, this is Texas, so you could have power outages at any moment, floods rolling down the street at any moment. um what was there a moment that just had somebody perplexed as to why something wasn't working? Like, why I can't get this microphone to work? What? No, I don't want to
um,
talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I'll just
no,
play.
I was about to say there was two times where that happened, but okay.
You can if you want to. Uh, if you want to talk about some challenges.
Yeah, of course, there's always going to be challenges. The second half, well, we had an intermission, and the second half we were supposed to jump right into the song, but we kind of had to pause because my um, ear monitor pack went out for
Mm.
some reason. We didn't know what it was, but it completely went out. So I was on stage trying to, just kind of preface the song, sing. It was a song I did with Chandler Moore, and at the same time, one of my brothers was trying to fix my pack while I was on the stage. So that was one. One of my singers, her mic went out and she couldn't hear herself, and it was just on and out, like on and off the whole time. And we were trying to work that out. There's always going to be some type of challenge somewhere. Like I would be nervous if there weren't challenges.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
going too
So
well. Something
yeah, this is
bad
going
is
too
going
well.
to happen. It's going to be a
Yeah.
disaster. This make, from us on the audience side, right?
Mm.
I'm looking, you got all these stacks, the stacks facing us, you got stacks facing in, plus you got stage monitors. For somebody to tell me I can't hear myself, how can you not hear yourself with all the speakers pointed at you?
You would be surprised. So the way we had it set up, when you use in-ear monitors, those speakers that you see aren't on. Sometimes they have, in certain cases, they will have them on, but it's all coming through your ears. So if there's something that glitches in the system, like the ear monitor system, if the pack isn't working right, or if somebody has to adjust something, you won't be able to hear like you think. Especially with all the music, there's a lot of stuff that's trying to go into your ears at once. Music, different instruments, different singers, lead vocals, all of that stuff, and you're trying to balance it all in your ears. And so it's a tough, it's a task to try to get it right. So there always are bound to be some issues, but they're not, too hard to fix it. So, you just gotta work with it.
What was the biggest adjustment for you when you started working, like doing live performances and everything is coming to your ear? Because I just don't know. And
Yeah.
we just want to know, what were some of the adjustments you had to make when you got 50 different things coming at you at the same time in that small space? How are you adjusting and flowing?
Yeah, well, luckily, by the time we had this recording, I have had a lot of experience with in-ear monitors, and I'm a church boy, so I'm not used to in-ear monitors. Well, I wasn't. I would the monitors on the floor, which you see, is what I'm used to, and sometimes those don't work. So you really have to have an ear and train yourself to just, no matter what's going on, you go for what you know and you execute it well, even if you can't hear, because that can really handicap you in the end. But um, it comes with knowing, like practicing with it, trial and error. And so that way, by the recording time, you can say, I want this in my ears, I want this much of this. And, it all goes by how it's your preference in the moment.
I want this much in my ear. Give me a little organ. Give me a little
Yep.
this. Okay. So if you're not, I'm not even gonna go down there because that's too technical for me. I'm like, how do you just sing? Just go on and sing. I want a little flute. I want a little. So, are you using those sonics as reference points for maybe runs and changes, timbre changes, intonation, spacing?
Absolutely. I normally have track in there to keep on tempo with whatever's going on. I like to hear my keyboard player because there might be little, like you said, little things that he does that just goes through the song that I can play off of myself. Or if I want a certain feel, either the organ or a bass, so I can feel it, and it allows me to create better, create more in the moment, or for whatever the vibe may be. And it's different settings calls for different things. Like if I'm at church with in-ear monitors, I'm gonna use like organ and the drums and all the vocals. But if I'm at like a elevation or a tribal recording session, I need to hear more guitar, more keys, and like less, less background vocals. Just because of the moment. So it just depends on what space you're in when you're trying to uh, navigate that.
Okay. Look, you got an amazing voice.
Thank you.
The album, and like I said, I listened to a lot of music. I was able to rock with you. You know?
Thank you, man.
I was able to rock with you. You ain't changed my mind none. But the art, the beauty of what you presented, and the messaging, very much needed, very much needed, just as a general message. You know, it's however you address it, in your personal life, y'all, there's something greater than yourself. You didn't bring yourself here. You're not sustaining yourself. And whatever brought you here is not failing you if you're still here. Run that back.
And that's a great start.
You know what I mean? So I want to thank you. And I know that you with the Grammys and all that, you've done, you know, a bunch of press. Probably been questioned by everybody, they cat, uncle, and dog, right? Is there a question that we in the media have not asked you that you would always that you would like to address if you were interviewing yourself? That one question that we miss, maybe.
um,
It may be nothing, I understand.
no, I don't think so. I've been asked a lot of interesting questions. Um, and then I think you pretty much covered everything. Yeah, we talked about why I do what I do. That's a question that's something I would always want people to know. Um, will there be more from me? Absolutely. I won't stop doing this. I'm going till the wheels fall off. And I think that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure we get all the juice out the meat. You vegans can go, I'm a meatitarian. We're gonna get all the juice out the meat on my conversations. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So how can they find you? What is coming up? I know that you probably have some appearances coming very soon and throughout the year. Can we know more about that?
Yes. Well, you can follow me on social media on Instagram at the third Melvin Crispell, TikTok at the third Melvin Crispell, on Facebook, Melvin Crispell the third, and you can go to melvincrispell.com to keep up with all things Melvin. I have some amazing, amazing things coming up. Actually, this coming Friday, Jason Nelson is releasing amazing gospel artist is releasing a song, single for his new album that I'm featuring on, which is I'm absolutely honored about that. So I can't wait for the world to hear it. I am working on an amazing new project that will the single will be releasing very very soon within the next couple of weeks. So I cannot wait for people to dive into the concept of that and just the music of that. So I'm excited. Yes, we got some appearances this year. I will be traveling like normal, worshiping at these different places. The Stellar Awards are really right around the corner when you think about it. So I can't wait for those. We're hoping for some nominations this year. For this album, No Failure, and yeah, it's going to be an amazing year. So I'm excited.
Really proud for you, young lion.
Thank you, man.
Really proud for you. I'm honored to have met you. Invite you back
Honors mine.
whenever you have something that you want to talk about. I'm
Yes,
here
sir.
and we got an audience, and I certainly want to support positivity and our young people, because we're going to get out of here and it's going to be up to y'all to pass on the traditions and the messages. So you're very important, not only to the fabric of music, of gospel music, but music as a counterbalance to some of the other assaults that we're enduring throughout the industry and the streets. So wishing you much continued success. Always welcome back to the Hype Magazine live sessions. And until next time, my brother, peace.
Peace. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
As an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Cause I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Cause I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out the Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.